Alright, that went through. It seems to be doing that thing. The network optimization, I had to turn something off in advanced settings. But anyways, we're back. Vin Fiz. Things in green. We're not dropping anything. So I was left off at showing this book to you. This has been a very good book. I have to read it again. It's been a long time since I read it. But from what I remember, that's what I'm going to share. And the cool thing is, the Smithsonian, thanks Nick. The Smithsonian actually has the flight logs, which were done on a train that followed him. But here's the map. And then as I read the book, I marked off places. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, there's a map there. And it has the map of his route. He gets lost. He crashes several times. And let's look at the Vin Fiz to begin with here. Let's get a little history here. So it's currently not on display at the Smithsonian. But here's what it looks like. And the first crossing the United States by airplane was achieved by Galbraith, Perry Rogers, this guy right here. In 1911 and 1910, William Randolph Hearst announced his offer of a $50,000 prize for a U.S. transcontinental flight in 30 days less. Galbraith did not make that, by the way. He made it to like Missouri by that 30 days. But he kept going on. He's like, I'm gonna make this happen. And he had other people that were trying to do it too as well against him. So he left Sheepshead Bay. That's in New York. It's no longer there. It was a racetrack. It was the Sheepshead Bay racetrack. It kind of looked like this. And a lot of those old flights, this is the Jockey Club right here. And you can see that this is the map of it. This is what it looks like today. I'll zoom out here. So it's like right here in this neighborhood. That's where it would have been. But it got taken over by like housing and stuff. So that's why we're taking off from Floyd Bennett Field over here. Even though it's not real life. But that's where he took off from, a racetrack. And he took off in like a modified Wright Brothers. He also had a train following him. It was a hangar car. It was a rolling workshop filled with spare parts and everything that to maintain the plane. He needed that. They actually had to radio for other parts. And this is it in the Smithsonian. That engine is actually a wooden markup. They couldn't find the original engine, and they're thinking that this one is built from the spare parts that were left over with whatever original parts they could find, because they got shipped around there. So Rogers had reached Kansas City, Missouri, and he continued on to make the first transcontinental flight in that thing. Yeah, in that thing. It goes about 50 miles per hour, by the way. And it's 49 days after he set out. And he landed in Pasadena, but he went all the way to Long Beach. He stayed out there because he liked it so much with his wife who was on the train, and his mother-in-law, I guess, might have lived on. I can't remember that part. But anyways, it took him 82 hours, 4 minutes flying. He did stop and take breaks and break his leg towards the end, and it was pretty gruesome. But this is what it looked like right there. That engine, they couldn't find the original again, so they made a wooden markup. They made it an original steel one, but they were taking it off and on, putting it on there as it got exhibited. So they kind of took that off. But look at this. It's basically built with like big bicycle chains on the engine. Look at that thing. He flew that all the way across the country. This is him. I don't know where this is him taking out. This is one of the many places. I mean, he landed in like people's farms and stuff. This is him with it, the Vin Fiz. And again, it's a modified Wright Brothers flyer. So, looks pretty good. And I believe this is him taking off from Sheepshead Bay. So, there are pictures there. I got more pictures too, but I want to kind of give you a little bit here. Oh, you can see some of his crashes too. The book has this stuff too. But here's him leaving Sheepshead Bay, so that's what we're going to do. This is a model in Ohio. It's a replica. It does fly. They did it as like a glider. And then he got sponsored by the Vin Fiz company, which is no longer around. It was like a grape drink. It was a grape soda, if you will. And people said it tasted like crap. But that's who funded the flight there. So Sheepshead Bay, that's Cal Brave right there getting ready to fly. This is him wrecking in Huntston, Indiana. So he went through a lot of crashes. And we have the official flight log there. And that was departing Sheepshead Bay. So that's what we hope to do, a little safer. And then that's where he sat. That's where the engine was. And he had many things go on during this whole flight here. So it's a good read. Check it up, the Vin Fiz. And we're going to try to recreate his flight. Now, when we recreate it, I'm going down to like the exact route. Because as I said, he got lost a couple times. So he took off north, right around here. Then he took a turn towards downtown Manhattan. Overflew it, went to Paterson, New Jersey, to Suffern. Then he went up to Newburgh, Jet Pilot Cinnamon territory, by the way. And then when he hit that, he's like, oh, I'm too far north. I'm going to go west. And he started following some train tracks. You see those train tracks? So I tried to follow that. That's basically the tracks that he followed. Then he followed this river, which I believe is the Delaware, all the way up. And he went from Sheepshead Bay to Middletown, New York. That was his first flight. It's 104 miles in 105 minutes. So I'm trying to remember where the landing was. That's the thing I don't remember. I think Hiawatha was a landing for him, but we could check that. He wrecked on the 18th, by the way, and he fell 45 feet and wrecked the machine completely. But in the book, it explains everything, and I probably should have read it before starting this again, but I wanted to do this. So we're going to it's a lot. So whoa. There was a train that followed again with his wife, his repairmen, materials, all that stuff. Here's a picture of Calbraith, by the way, smoking a cigar. Fuel is full. Throttle 1/4 of an inch, and I am using my Redbird TH1. I love this, by the way. It's huge, but man, it feels like the real thing. Mixture fully, brakes are set. Master on, beacon on. Fuel pump on. 1, 2. It didn't really do the fuel pump, did it? Come on, 1, 2, 3, fuel is on, so I don't make that same mistake. And here we go, clear prop. And it started up like a charm. All right, we're gonna check out the oil pressure. We'll be going faster than calibrate, obviously, in the 172. Nope, it's probably about almost triple the speed. Not quite. So a little bit more than double. We'll call it that. So this thing goes about the fastest I've got is like 135 miles per hour. So I'm taking like it's about a little over 100 miles per hour usually. Lights as required. We'll turn on the nav. This is so great compared to Calibrate. Calibrate is in heaven right now. He's like, how the heck did I get in this airplane? So I can only imagine. All right, seatbelt harnesses, flaps are up. They'd be down if we did the pre-flight. Heat vent defrost. We're going to keep that open. We're also going to change the time to 4:18 when we get on that runway. So just to let everyone know, we're going to let the simulator help us. We're not real world time. We are real world weather, though. So whatever comes in front of us is what's going to come in front of us, and that's it. I'm going to shrink this window to go to my real sim gear GNS 530. But I'm going to be following my electronic flight bag, as I showed you for most of it, because we're going to follow his exact route down to the T that I could get it. So I've had that saved for years. All right, the ATIS, we're going to go with JFK's, and there are windsocks on the field, so I guess we could do that too. Well, let's get the plane started first. What time is it in the local time? 4:06, so we're almost there. Which is why I started about an hour early. And again, his departure time, according to his flight log, was 4:18. So we're gonna get out there as soon as we can and leave as close to 4:18 p.m. local time as possible. Of course, with all these doodads that he didn't have, I mean, I can only imagine. All right, and things are going well. I guess it was that network optimization because it's working fine now. No one knew. No one told me. So, all right, ATIS would be out of JFK, but again, we just checked the sky vector, so that would be wind 090. So, if we look at our diagram here, it's very much like an airport still, but it's very run down. We could take runway 12. So we're right here near the visitor center. I'm going to taxi out, take a right, go on runway 12, and depart that way. That's what we're going to do. Everyone got that? This is my airport diagram right there. I'm going to leave that to the side. This is going to be a good series of flights, and I'm determined to actually finish it because last time we had problems with it crashing the desktop around New York, like upstate New York. So we'll see what happens. The simulator is a lot more stable now. Right? We don't have to worry about fuel or spark plugs busting out. That happened to him too as well. So I'm happy to say we're a little more modernized. Someday I might try it with the right flyer on this. I'm not guaranteeing it. Let's get through the 172 through the whole flight thing, and then maybe we'll try it. But that thing is... See the wind socks are showing about 090. I'm going to do a run up over here, make sure everything's running right. And have the runway. We have plenty of space. All right, run up. Brakes are set. Fuel set to both. Trim set for takeoff. Flight controls. It's take about an hour and a half. The way it's going. Probably about 2 hours total. Annunciator lights. Good. Instruments. Right now, calibrate this like, what's all these? Turn commanders in no flag. Heading quarters about 5-0. Vertical speed good. Altimeter looks good. Horizon looks good. Airspeed looks good. Mixture best power. It is 1800. Mags. Right. Back to both. Left. Back to both. Very good. Amps and vacuum is fine. It's charging slightly. Oil pressure, oil temperature in the green. We're going to idle. Very good. Back to 1,000-ish. There's a problem on the takeoff and temperature otherwise, and this is not available runway head by school port. Takeoff line directly headed on the runway. If we are under 700 feet, this problem can't go otherwise we'll land directly. Have no more than 30 degree turns. Best glide speed is 68. If we are above 700 feet, this problem can't go otherwise. Take a turn to the right. There's just one to land on, and land down one on the taxiway, the grass, the runway. Radars available to us. Best glide speed 68. We rotate at 55 and climb at 74, and we're good. Okay, we're not using VATSIM because this is not a real-world airport. I mean, you could land here in an emergency, but it's like a park refuge. It has a form of landfill off the west side of it in Dead Horse Bay. They used to make glue out of dead horses here. That's what I read, at least. I believe this is runway 12. Can't really tell. As long as I can take off, yeah, that's runway 12. All right, runway 12. Calibrate. Brace yourself. You're about to get a 20th century learning in flying here. So here we go. Rotate. And we're up. We're already faster than him. The Wright brothers. Oh my God. So let's do this. Yep, birds. All right, we are going to take a left turn out of here. Eventually, let's get some altitude. Trimming up a little bit. And as far as altitude, he kept it kind of low because he had to see things. So we'll stay somewhere in the 2,000 range. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to get to pattern altitude, which will be about 1,000 there. Very interesting. All right, clear on the left. Can join us on the Microsoft Flight Simulator East server. Not sure their names are there yet. Oh, they are. I just had them off. There we go. But we are turning to follow the exact route, and again, I'm following that with my electronic flight bag as I outlined it years ago. So we're going to head towards our first point here. We're going to fly over downtown Manhattan as well, like he did. Can you imagine that in 1911? Flying over Manhattan, just having people stare at you. Enjoy the authentic music of somewhere around that period. Some of it might be 1920s, I'm not going to lie. But I try to get some ragtime and stuff like that, so we'll see what happens. Alright, we are on course. Going towards Manhattan. Now back then there was no ATC or anything. It was just literally him flying to meet the train, and the train would follow him, and he'd follow train tracks and stuff like that. So again, something I'm not going to do right now, but that'd be interesting too. It'd be, you know, can't do that more modern, but Sheepshead Bay would have been over there. So again, not that far off from Floyd Bennett. All right, let's kick it back just a little bit. There we go. Trim it down. I'll keep it right about here. I'm not turning off the Tobii eye tracker at this time. Trimming down. Okay, so he saw downtown New York, and he decided to fly over it. And he actually stayed at a hotel there. And like I said, he couldn't sleep, and he overslept, and then like he was supposed to leave earlier. But we're about 4 minutes early. What's up? Good night. See you later. That going to bed. Me staying up. All right. Let's do this. Used to Middletown, New York right now. So I do have the legs planned. Those are from 2 years ago too. So we'll be taking a landing in Middletown, 06 November, which is Randall Field, if I'm reading that right. We'll just follow the electronic flight bag. Let's take a look outside. Here we are outside Manhattan. And the Vin Fiz flies again, just it's a 172. I'm surprised that no one has done this in modern. Maybe they have actually. So just imagine 1911 flying over all this. Amazing. I think I might have fixed the streaming problem, by the way. So I don't know what's up with that, but it works now. So maybe it wasn't restream, it was a setting on OBS. Alright, we're going to take a left and overfly Manhattan pretty soon. He went past the Statue of Liberty to the New Jersey side, trimming down. Of course, he was a lot slower than us. We're going, what? 115 knots. So I figure that's got to be about 130. We're going almost triple what he went. But from back then, that was pretty heavy here. LaGuardia off over here to our right. And now we're going to take a left and go to the Jersey coast right across Manhattan, believe it or not. So just give it a minute or two. I'm looking at my electronic flight bag. Following that route to a T. Alright. It's going to be like that because we're near Manhattan. Hopefully nothing happens, because that would suck. It's just loading. Alright, clear on the left. There's the Statue of Liberty. Pretty sure he probably saw that. And he headed over Manhattan. If anything, it's going to be scenic. Even if it is modern day. Imagine doing this modern day, you'd have to get so much permission. Actually, you know, yeah, you would. So, I mean, you're going over the East Bay and stuff, too. They watch that like a hawk. It could probably be done if you got the right permission. I mean, anything can be done. They did that GA flyover in Washington, D.C. So, some excellent views of Manhattan right here. I doubt it was as built up as this in 1911, but we get some pictures while we're here. Something he couldn't do. Back in the plane. I don't even want to look at my frame rate. And then he went to the other side. He overflew where he actually stayed the night before, which was a hotel down here. I can't remember which one. Back on the throttle just a little bit. Trimming down. Wind's a little much still. If you're hearing those glitches, I have no clue what those are. Alright, and then he headed up north. And he was trying to follow some train tracks, which I don't believe exist today, but they could. We'll look for them. And we are about 1 minute into what he flew into, so we're comparable. I didn't change the time. I didn't feel like it. We're gonna go to Paterson, New Jersey now. Gonna look on our right, see if we're clear. I gotta move this thing so that way I can do what I need to do. There we go. And he went up the side of the Hudson to get to Paterson, New Jersey. There's rails. That might be what he followed. It goes at an angle. More modern version of what he saw. That indeed does kind of line up with that to Paterson. Let's see. And I believe that might be where the Vin Fiz train took off from. I'm not positive because I don't remember. I'm gonna have to read this stuff again. But I did want to start this flight around the same time that they did, so see what happens. But this would have taken him 2 to 3 times longer than what we're doing right now. So that does line up with Paterson, by the way, from what I'm seeing here. So you probably follow these tracks. Or some type of tracks here. To Paterson, New Jersey. Very interesting. Remember, he's flying cold. He just has like a flight jacket on, and he's trying his best to stay warm. So, what's the outside air temperature right now? Oh, yeah, I should go here. Hello. 61 degrees. Not that bad. Probably a little cold. Not bad, though. And I already watched the train tracks. So, but I have GPS. Paterson's right here. Enjoy the sights of the Vin Fiz. One more picture towards New York. Downtown. Oh God, stop moving around. I know the frames are low, but really. Alright. Cheese. Alright. On our way to Paterson. Mind you, it would have been, I would think, less densely, populated here. But, we'll see. We're not doing an ATC. We're going to do it like he did. For now. I don't know in the future if I will or not. We'll have to see. So, again, probably would have to start from JFK, if not Floyd Bennett Field. But I want something with some historical significance. So, and he had to hand fly this whole thing, so we're gonna try to do most of it if I need autopilots on there. But and unlike his bottle of Vin Fiz, I have a bottle of Gold Peak sugar-free sweet tea. But Vin Fiz gave him a bottle of Vin Fiz to carry with him on the flights, just to represent it, like bring to the other coast. So very interesting. I'm gonna take a sip of this, but people said it was bad. It wasn't tasting that good back then. This iced tea is rather good. Let me be honest with you. It's the only good tea Walmart has, at least where I went. All right, Paterson, New Jersey. Then we're gonna work our way up to Suffern, New York. And I think he got a little lost here, to be honest with you. But he found Newburgh on the edge of the Hudson, and then he turned left to go west along the railroad tracks. So, well, there you go. I love Snapple. I love Snapple iced tea. I love the sugar-free stuff. So yeah, that's good stuff. This is this is Gold Peak, which is good. It's really good. It's high quality, but the Snapple is kind of like a nice combination of like good flavor. This has really good flavor too, but they don't really have the sugar-free Snapple at the Walmart when I pass it after getting out of Plymouth. I have to go to other stores for that. But even then, it's been kind of limited compared to what it used to be. Me, myself, I like the half and half. I used to love Arizona iced tea, but then I started drinking the Snapple. And Arizona, like I have to get the sugar-free version. You know what I'm saying? Snapple sucks. I mean, not Snapple. Arizona iced tea is the worst compared to all of those, in my opinion. It doesn't have its flavor, and you can be sugar-free and have flavor. That is possible. All right, Patterson, New Jersey, in front of us. Manhattan in the back. See if we follow those train tracks. It's got a load scenery. Sorry, I don't see any. Do you? You probably followed this river to Patterson. So again, that was 1911, so we can't go by that. Here's what looks to be downtown Patterson. So that's pretty easy to grab. Then he went north, and I think he was looking for the Hudson, but I could be wrong about that. Arnold Palmer is good if you can get the sugar version. I'll give you that. If you can get the regular version, that's where the flavor is. But if you get the zero, not so good. Not so good. And Snapple has a half and half, no sugar. It's really good. So then I'll get like Crystal Light drink mixes too. All right, we're gonna head north here because that's when he started heading north. He's over Patterson. He's like, all right, I got Patterson, so now I'm gonna head north. Which I don't know if he followed any tracks there or not. Again, he tended to get a little lost, but you'd get lost too if you didn't have all the stuff we have today. So, come on, simulator. Okay, good. So that's why we couldn't do the Vin Fiz flights years ago, because it kept crashing and just out. Alright, we are on a northern course for Suffern, New York. Okay, I wonder if he just wanted to follow the Hudson or not. You know, that would have been the ideal thing, I would think. But I think he had to fly over the train so that the train knew he took off so that they could depart too. But, I don't know. I own part of the Wright Brothers original linen because I was a big collector of Ron Cole art. I sacrificed for that one. But, it's there. So someday I'd like to buy a piece of the Vin Fiz. But the thing about the Vin Fiz, it was crashed so many times and fixed so many times on the road that like what you're buying is like the backup parts that were built into the Vin Fiz. And they used whatever they could, but the plane crashed like dozens of times, like multiple times. I wouldn't say dozens, but the Sheepshead to Middletown he actually made. It took him about almost 2 hours. And let's see what it takes us. Add like 3 minutes to our time. I like to stay with under in the 2000s though, and this wind is bouncing me around. God only knows what happened to the Wright Flyer B model. Up to Suffern, New York. You could kind of see it right there too. So, and then he followed the Delaware once he got to there. So. Okay, it seems like Newburgh, he found the Hudson, and said, "Oh, I gotta go west." That's what it seems like, at least. They didn't have restricted airspace over West Point either, so again, that's why we're not flying on VATSIM or anything. Is the music too loud, or is it just right? Let me know, because I had to download a old music playlist here, and these winds are all over the place right now. But at least it's VFR. I'm gonna give it that. I think the other times I tried to fly this, it was terrible weather. And remember, you had to fly through whatever weather came at him. There was no IFR. VFR back there, just fly by sight and try your best, you know. The airmail pilots had it rough too, and that was 15 years later when they got the first, real big trail going across the country. So you can remember that one from me flying it in 2021, where I developed a blood clot from sitting too long. So that's why we're doing the Vin Fiz in sections. Suffern, New York, right in front of us. And they got the season and everything here, so it probably looked like this with the trees a little bit, but not as built up, you know? Can only imagine. All right, and then we're gonna turn right to Newburgh. It seems like he got a little lost. Right, Calbraith? Now, he carried some tools and stuff, but most of it was on the train for, like, building the plane, repairing it, if you will. And when we landed at Middletown, he made it. He made it to the first destination, but then he slept overnight. Got up. Uh-oh. No! Simulator! What just happened? Oh, my monitor disconnected for a second. I must have touched a cable. I'll try not doing that again. Anyways, we're back. I thought it CTD'd. I was like, no! It's loading scenery. Oh, boy. No, we didn't have interruptions like this back then. Alright, as long as it keeps shoving along, I just have to go with it. But, it is what it is. Maybe I should move the book so that way you can see the actual, there we go, eye tracker. I'm gonna put the book over here. Digi, what's up? Thanks for joining me, both you guys, for like the second time today. Digi, awesome. We're doing the Vin Fiz flight, if you didn't know, for like the third time, and we're gonna make this happen. So, but we're about to take our turn towards the Hudson, and I believe he was confused. But he made it to Middletown, New York, so we're hoping to do the same. So, turning to the right towards Newburgh, jet pilot cinnamon territory. Remember, the Wright Flyer used wing warping technology, so that wasn't a lot either. But Suffern, New York would be the visual cue here. And that's Suffern. I'm a little too wide on that. Excuse me. Newburgh is up the Hudson there. I know you guys are watching ads. I'm sorry. They do support, though. Took him... He went about a mile a minute. Like a regular statute mile. Alright, we're heading towards Newburgh. Then, we're going to get to our first airport landing in Middletown, New York, where he successfully landed. Again, we're using modern airports, but he landed on a field, I believe. Could be wrong on that. It just says Middletown, New York. Crashed at Compton. He was seriously injured. That's where he broke his leg. Alright, I'm glad you're back. Alright, we're on our way to Newburgh. So he's trying to find the Hudson, I believe. Which is right there. So I think he got confused. I mean, you gotta remember this is 1911. They don't have VFR sectionals or anything. But, kind of look like this with nature, at least, you know? I love this livery, though. I'm glad I was able to port it over to the WB Sim mod. Because I was worried I wouldn't, and then I had to start fresh, but it went right over. So that's awesome. Okay, if you're wondering what we're doing, we're following the exact leg. So you went over Manhattan, you went to Paterson, New Jersey, Suffern, New York, and now we're going right to Newburgh, and he's going to say, wait a minute, I got to go west. But you can see these train tracks right there. See that out of Newburgh? I believe that's what he saw, and then he followed that. I got to read this book again, though, because it's been years. And I don't think the trees are this yellow yet. I mean, they're getting a little brown, but I don't think they're that brown yet. That could be the Google Maps mixing in there. But we'll go with it. At least it looks like fall-y a little bit. It's just a little too much, if you ask me. That's where we're going. Yeah, it's mapping. I do love it still, though. I know that you have the mod, too. So, I like it a lot. He's updated it a lot, too, so it works better. Yeah. Update Bing. A lot of people do, yeah. It's I don't know why Microsoft just couldn't like update it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty old at default. You know, bada bing, bada bing. You say that, and I thought it was a Sopranos reference, which I binge watched over the summer again. What a great series. Is the music loud enough? 'Cause I don't know about the background music. It came in a little softer when I normalized it. But these are original phonograph recordings. Some of them are actually the old wax discs, cylinders recordings. I found a whole archive online, and hopefully it says it's copyright free because it's that old. So we'll find out after this stream. And I think I fixed the streaming issues. So I'm going to knock on wood on that one. So he's looking. And he's looking, and he's like, I can't find anything. I'm looking for train. I think he lost the train. Actually, train tracks are to our left, according to the sectional. So you see any train tracks there? Because I can't. It's like right off our left over here. So there's no way of finding that. Maybe he saw smoke, but he knew where they were going. And it's loading scenery again. Please don't crash the desktop. Please don't. We tried this years ago, and all you do is crash the desktop when we got somewhere. Oh, it's getting a little hazy, though. And I'm going to continue on. Nope. He lost the train. That was a good one, Digi. That was a good one. He lost the train. No drops Jupiter. In her head. Wow. All right, so past these mountains and up near the Hudson, there's Newburgh. Again, formerly Jet Pilot Cinnamon set territory. He did move. And that is when I went and visited him, he took me out for a ride around town when he was living there. So nice, very nice, very nice. I'm gonna buy one of those shirts. I gotta get a little money scraped together to buy my own merch because I love that shirt. But no one else does except for me and you. So.
What you gonna do when
not a lot of love for that.
You, brother?
I'm gonna continue with it though, because I like it that much. I think if we just got the right people, they'd want to buy it. Like me and you, we'd want to buy it. But you're such a good friend and stuff. I had to send it to you. So I was gonna try to make a Macho Man inspired one too. So. And Nick Resla got the Remove Before Flight T-shirt way back in the day too. That one sold a little bit, so I just sold, the last thing I just sold was an iPhone case. It has Remove Before Flight on it, and it's red, so. Eric Savage. I used to like Macho Man. I actually like Macho Man better than Hulk Hogan now, so. You know what that calls for. That.
Ask what I like to snap best. Arms, legs. I like a beefy spicy Slim Jim. Step into it, yeah.
So the first landing, that had nothing to do with this stream. The first landing will be in Middletown, New York. That's an animated GIF, and somehow I got the sound to coordinate with it. Don't ask me how, because I don't remember. Same thing with the autopilot command. He inflates, but I got it to just coordinate with the sound. So my animation skills were top notch. They still aren't that bad, but Newburgh's kind of socked in here, so we're still going to ride that way, but I'm going to try to stay above the clouds if possible. Remember, KAVP Rogers is following train tracks and also his Vin Fiz train. Vin Fiz sponsored a train to put up his repairers and all the stuff he needed and to repair the plane with. Back then, flight was not the same, you know. But if we're following the official flight log from the Smithsonian, this is what it looked like, and then they had someone transcribe it. So he arrives in Middletown at 6:03 after 105 minutes, 104 miles, and then for September 18th he wrecked, taking off out of Middletown. Fell 45 feet, wrecked the machine completely, had to wait until September 21st, where he finally departed again. They had to fix the plane, obviously. And he didn't leave till 2:33, and he got to Hancock, New York at 4:03. And then from Hancock, he went to Elmira, New York. But he smashed the skids and left the warping wing in making a landing. So, but he got a little lost too. He went south. He got a little lost in his judgment there. Okay, we gotta go more this way. Now I'm looking for train tracks. We're supposedly right above something. I mean, maybe this road was kind of there, or some type of road. But that's what he was following, things like that. I don't think this highway was there. Showing the highway on the sectional, though, which helps us. Because that goes to Newburgh. Pretty cool, though, huh? Putting nameplates back on. If anyone wants to join us, Microsoft Flight Simulator East server. And I think I solved the streaming problem. This is amazing. We're good now. So don't turn on optimizations on something. I am trained on the highway. Alright, from Newburgh, he picked up some tracks, though, because it's clearly showing on the sectional that there are some railroad tracks out of Newburgh, and I believe those will be almost the same ones that he followed. Because if you look at the route to Middletown, it kind of goes right north of Middletown, and then you'd probably see Middletown and go there and land in the field. But we're going to land at the airport. Randall Field. 2,800 foot long runway. And, yeah. 523 feet above ground level. So, pattern altitude about 1,500.
Make it so.
We shall make it so. You know it. We're gonna make it so. Number one, make it so. We're making this so. No CTD will stop us. Oh wait, it would, but still. All right, let's take a look at Newburgh as we come up on it. It's right here. And then we're going to bang a left to the west. And we'll see if we can find some train tracks, but Middletown's not that far away. It's literally over there. You got to remember, we're going almost 2.5 times faster than he was. So we're making good time. Again, it took him about an hour and 45 minutes to fly this far. Hammer time. Nice. Every time you see me, the hammer is so hot. I don't remember the rest of that. All the money went to his entourage. That's what he says. That it was too expensive and he was too generous. That's MC Hammer. Sorry for looking at your butt, Calbraith. It is cool that the Smithsonian has the official typed out like log. That is true. I had a meme posted to my Facebook, my personal Facebook, about Vanilla Ice being the good candidate for president because he stops, he listens, he collaborates and listens. I don't know. It was a funny one. I'd probably have to find it again. But I have flown here in real life, so that's the bridge near Newburgh. But yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, I have to find it. I'll find it eventually. I might have to focus on flying for a second. after I get to Newburgh. But who's lurking? Oh, that's
Work
Digi.
well.
Okay, man.
Prosper.
Well, if I find it, I'll let you know. But lurk well and prosper. Thanks for using the command. All right. I'll show it to you if I can find it. I'm not sure if I can. Start a little descent. As we are gonna go west from Newburgh and go from there. Boy, that was a while ago. Wow. It's past the Joe Boo statue at my kid's baseball game. Even Disney. Wow. We had fun at Disney. It was wicked expensive, but we had fun. Including the $10. I just got reminded about the lollipop saver that I bought my daughter after she bought a lollipop for $10. That's right, $10 for a plastic thing that goes around. Lollipop. It's cool. It's cool. Alright. I might not find it. We shall see. Oh, somebody. Oh, there it is. I got it. Alright, so Digi, if you come back, let me know. But we're going to take a left here at Newburgh. Clear on the left. It's a little hazy here. Current weather. Not real world time, but real world weather. The airport is right over... It's right past the bridge. Way to go. Well, I can't see the airport right now, but it's there. Uh-oh. 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 This sucks. We're so close. Why did you crash? I think it's going to crash the desktop here, everybody. So listen, we're going to pick up from New York, Stewart International if we have to. Just right to our left. Wait a minute. No. No, please. No! Alright. So we will be back. We're going to go stand by and pick it up from New York, Stewart International. This did not happen on the original. Time was about, what, 4:40 something? So we'll pick it up from like 4:40. Alright, we'll be right back. enjoying watching the Eric Flight Twitch channel? Want to help Eric Flight design bigger and better content? Well then, become a subscriber today. That's right, for the price of a fancy cafe, mocha, affogato, americano, you can subscribe to the Eric Flight Twitch channel and help provide for bigger and better things for the channel. For the low price of a subscription, you can rest assured knowing that you will be supporting a worthy cause towards your entertainment. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe today. Fellow sky enthusiasts, I'm Eric, the man behind Eric Flight Aviation Designs. Let me take you on a journey through our aviation-inspired world. It all began with my deep love for the skies. As a private pilot and flight simulator enthusiast, I have always been captivated by the beauty of flight. I wanted to share that passion with the world, and thus Eric Flight Aviation Designs was born. We're not just a store, we're a community of dreamers, pilots, and aviation enthusiasts. From our comfy tees to our cozy hoodies, each piece is meticulously crafted by myself to embody the spirit of flight. But we didn't stop there. Our home decor items like pillows and bathroom accents bring the elegance and thrill of aviation into every corner of your home. And our collection doesn't end with apparel and home decor. We have aviation posters and art that capture the essence of the skies, along with protective phone cases and stylish bags designed to reflect the beauty of flight. So, whether you're a seasoned pilot or a sky enthusiast, I invite you to embrace the skies with us. Every purchase not only brings you a piece of aviation magic, but also helps fund my real-world flying adventures and simulator flights. For that, I am very appreciative. So please, come on, join us at Eric Flight Aviation Designs, where the spirit of aviation takes flight. I will see you in the skies. right, we're coming back. We're gonna load up at Stewart International, just right outside of Newburgh. It's like right there, so it's not that bad. But we'll load up right, flew in real life, just outside that, and it was about what 4:40 in the afternoon, I think it was. Just said like 4:40. Real world weather though. So, all right, let's load in. And I think this scenery is what caused it to CTD. It does that. So, I don't know why. That's it. If it loads a lot of scenery, it will hang. It doesn't do it a lot though. It's not like it used to be. So I'm hoping that we're just fine. This is gonna be a short little, just a little jump over. Let me show you what I mean. But we're gonna call it at Middleton, Middletown, excuse me. We're gonna do it like Calibrate. We're gonna land there and call it a night. Cause this is the third stream of the day. So from Newburgh, we'll go right to Randall and we'll land there for the night and we'll pick it up from there some other time. He arrived there about 6:03. We're gonna get there probably a little bit past 5. So I mean, you know, definitely doing this faster. And then I wonder if I can find pictures of the crash. I can find it in the book, actually. I know there's pictures of this crash the next morning. Let's see if they're in here. No, not that one. No, let's head to Indiana. But he won like a bunch of competitions in Chicago before this, too. I can't remember if it was the highest altitude, but they had this whole air exhibition in the month before, August 15th, 1911. We're participating in that. This is what he wore to protect himself. Just a leather coat type deal. It's like, that's crazy. I just bought an A2 coat for winter. It was used, but it's awesome. And it's not totally authentic, but it's leather and everything, so it's really nice. So I bought it because I liked it. So I got my next pilot coat. I like to buy all the different styles eventually. I buy them used, so that way they're cheaper too. But him taking off from Sheepshead Bay, right there, which is what we didn't do entirely. Here's the train, Vin Fiz train right here. So probably can't see that because I gotta keep it out in the distance so my hand keeps covered. But and then, oh, here's the wreck at Middletown. So this is the next day after. Yeah, he wrecked that plane pretty bad. 45 feet in the air, fell down, and it's not like in the book. Whoop, there we go. All right, so that's the crash. It basically obliterated the plane. They had to rebuild it, and it took them like 3 days. So, but I think Elmira, he had to do like a emergency landing there. So, we're landing at airports around, because I don't know the exact place he landed. But that's about where we are on the journey right now. So, but wherever he went, they would try to rip the plane apart. They'd have like cops there and stuff to tell people to stay away from the plane. So, it was a big thing in 1911, you know. Still waiting for it to load. Probably it's loading all the scenery there at Stewart. It's just part of the U.S. update, so that's what it's loading. But as soon as it does, we'll continue on to Middletown. Appreciate your patience. And this does look really good for Stewart. I've been there in real life. I went to go take a ride with Jet Pilot Cinnamon down the Hudson. That was 2021. This is long. It's like 3 years ago. Holy crap. But anyways, pick up the Vin Fiz here. I gotta make sure everything works here. Pull that out. Pull this out. And we'll do all these flights, you know. I'm not gonna sweat the small stuff because it's not worth it anymore. So, all right, let's see if it will. Oops. Yeah, it's not letting me charge it, so I'm hoping it just starts. So, anyways, I'm gonna take off this tablet. I'm gonna start from Stewart, and we're just gonna go really quick to Randall. Probably got like 1,500 feet to be honest with you, but this would be signature over here. I said compass or something, but this would be signature. They can't use the logos, obviously. Alright, let's get our checklist and get moving here. How much fuel do we have? Yeah, we're about half. We're fine. Alright, seat track, back lock, avionics off, autopilot off, throttle 1/4 of an inch. And mixture full lean, brakes are set, master on, beacon, fuel pump. 1, 2. Probably the fuel being on would be a good thing. 3, off, and let's hope it starts. Clear prop. It did. Well, good news about that, because it messes up sometimes. Alright, mixture full rich, we're good. Oil pressure is in the green. Seatbelt harnesses flaps up. I used to like get so upset at things when they don't work right, but you just can't. You just gotta keep going on. Avionics on. I'm gonna use Sky Vector for my ATIS. So it is saying current conditions are variable at 5. Okay. Well, we gotta have to go. How come the avionics aren't turning on? Oh, it's defaulted to off on the GNS. So it's 5:30 and 4:30. Very nice. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Very nice. Well played, sir. Well played. You didn't miss it. I crashed the desktop around Newburgh, so we're gonna start from Stewart. So what a bit. I can't remember what I was talking about now. Oh, the clips, yeah. It's actually a clip on Twitch. You can go watch it. It's the trucking one where the cop car hit into the ambulance and sent it to the woods. It was pretty funny. So, all right, we gotta get this back in the little sim gear GNS 530. So I have to resize the screen. It's like an extra monitor. See how it has the extra black around it? You have to get rid of that, and then it fits in just like perfectly. There we go. All right. It seems on the newest Windows 11 update, they like have the changing backgrounds everywhere. But all right, we're good there. ATIS is okay. We're not doing ATC. We're gonna do like back then. Altimeter should be 3034-ish. Yep. You're pretty good. All right. Everything else is good. We're going to taxi up then. Let's get our airport diagram. Which is, Stewart. No. Let me see if we can find it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, everyone can take a look at that. Oh! I know what my alternate logo to go. I hit the wrong button there. You see that? There we go. Alright, we're going to taxi up to, let's go runway 27. It's variable, so we're going to go Alpha 8 down there. So, parking brake off. Oh, I think I turned it on. Brakes are good. I turn. What's going on? Right, okay. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I was like, what's going on? Yeah, something wrong with like the graphics. Like, see, it's not even loading. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, the 172 is not really moving either. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's still loading graphics here. So that's probably what caused the crash of the desktop. Just didn't have enough time. And now I'm stuck for some reason. That was weird. Alright, anyways. No, I'm really stuck here. I don't know what's up with this scenery. That's really weird. I had like full throttle going in that. But when I was here, and I was flying home from going down the Hudson with Jet Pilot Cinnamon, they had like a military exercise happening right outside, and it was pretty cool. It's right outside the customs. So that was pretty cool. They had military guys everywhere. So, alright, we're going to take Charlie Alpha, depart west, and it's just a little hop over Milltown, honestly. It's not that hard at all. So 06 November. Oh, it's still loading. See what I'm saying? Pain in the butt. And now it's like stopping me. So I don't know what's going on. This better work. November, right? Yep. let's go. Stop doing that. I'm like full throttle just to taxi out of here. I don't know why. Alright, nav, taxi, landing. It's not moving. Alright, we're gonna slew a little bit. I don't know why it's doing that. Should be taxiing. That's really weird. Huh? If you ever had to rev the engine to 2300 RPMs to get out taxi? I don't think so. Usually 1200 suffices. So this is a scenery loading thing. I don't know what that's all about, but anyways, we're gonna take runway 27. I'm gonna get the heck out of Dodge here if anything else happens. Remember last time I tried landing here during an event? I think it was during the Bayport event. And it didn't even load all the scenery. It was still loading scenery as I was landing. So I don't know what's up with that. I have NVMe drives. I have like the Samsung ones. They're really good. So I don't know why. And then I saw online a possible fix for the Dallas Fort Worth thing, which is the same deal. It like doesn't load anything. It still looks like total doggy doo-doo. But anyways. But FSLTL, did that load? Nope, I'm gonna load that too, so. I mean, we're like 1400 RPMs and it's barely moving, and the brake is off, so I don't get it. No clue. Screen's gonna flash. Thank you. Those wallpapers that auto load though now on Windows 11, they're pretty nice. So I use window wallpaper or something or another. It's a paid app from Steam, and that's why I get the Eric Flight thing in there. But I gotta load it again. Excuse me, what else does this? Did I do something wrong? The brake stuck? And that stopped. Just seems like my brakes are stuck on or something. It's really weird. SPAD isn't loaded, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I thought SPAD was loaded. Rudder pedals. Yeah, my brakes are stuck. My X-axis brake. Alright, let me figure this out. Is that working now? That's working now. I'm gonna load SPAD back up and we'll see what happens. Man, that was weird. They have FSLTL with the UPS over there. It seems to be working now. I don't know why it was stuck on that. I think it was a SPAD thing. It was weird. Hey, it's runway 27. Do a quick run up probably. Oh. Jeez, everything's going wrong tonight. Yeah, my X-axis brake is funky. Give me a second here. I'm gonna do parking brake here. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Gotta look at this. Oh, I got a cable stuck in it. No wonder why. I'm like looking at it going, why the hell is my brake stuck? Yeah, that was bad. That's why I had a cable stuck in it, everybody. Alright, we're good now. Everything works. My brakes were good coming out. I don't know what's wrong with it. Alright, we're going to depart runway 27. I'm going to skip the run up if that's okay. So we just get this done. I do have school tomorrow. I have to get to bed soon, so no one's here. And let's continue this to Middletown, and then we'll continue it. Just like Calibrate P. Rogers, we're going to rest in Middletown and hopefully not crash when we depart there on our next Vin Fiz stream. But here we go, everybody. This is a long runway. Alright, here we go. Landing in strobe. What just happened? I just lost my engine. Okay, because this thing just died. Because SPAD went nuts again. Right, let's try restarting it, see if it happens. Boy, this is just stream full of adventure tonight. Alright, I think I died. I don't think I had the battery power to do this. Alright, let's try it again. Nope. Yeah, let's turn off everything but beacon, including avionics. Let's try this again. Clear prop. It's giving me a low voltage. Oh, this is so aggravating. Alright. Turning everything off. Let's see if it will actually charge me or not. It won't. Yeah, see the thing's not working. That's supposed to give me the charger. So, alright, let's try going back to the apron. I guess it doesn't want to be easy for me. I'm gonna slew over there. So that's something taxing me back here. Alright, let's see if we can get a battery here now. Man, what a... No, still not doing it. Do I have to restart the whole thing? Oh, this sucks. No clue. If I turn realism off, will it start? Let's try it. Okay, here we go. Is the fuel on? No, the fuel turned off. That's what happened. Oh, really? Seriously? Okay. Let's just do it again. Clear prop. That's exactly what happened. Something happened. Yep. Nope. Not going to happen. All right, let's taxi back out. Avionics on. Everything else on. Oh, that sucks. Hey, look, there's an airline over there. That's rural traffic from FSLTL. I'm going to try to save some time here. Sorry if this isn't totally realistic. Oh, don't worry about it, man. You're fine. I'm doing great. How are you? You know, if this plane would ever fly the right way and I don't have any problems. But here we go. We're going for runway 27 again via Charlie Alpha, Alpha 8. Loading the stuff as I go. Calbrave didn't have any of this, so what the heck, right? I want to go read some of this book, too. But yeah, we're doing good. Can't complain. Back to teaching. That's why I'm trying to get this flight done. Middletown, New York is where we will end it. It's not that far. I just got to get there. Looks like Calbrave P. Rogers, this side, who did this. This was the first leg, if you will. But all right, man. Thank you so much, Digi, for coming out to both streams tonight. We did 3. Nick Reslo, thanks for coming out to both, too, as well. Amazing. Especially with all the complications I've had tonight. And Digi, I hope everything goes well for you, my friend. Alright, I'm trying to get this alt to keep working here. I don't know why it does that. But it turned off the fuel, like literally when I was taking off. I've learned to roll with the punches, though. I don't get as angry as I used to. You can plan for total perfection, and it will happen once in a while, but you can't do it every time in this simulator. I think we should fly an airliner again soon. I have to go over that again. It's just the FMC, it's nothing else, so. Yeah, alright. Let's do it from memory, shall we? Fuel both, trim. Oh, it's not both. Ooh, that would be bad. Trim set for takeoff. It like defaulted back somehow. Right, everything else is on. Switches are good. Turn coherent, that thing, it's all good. Okay. Other than that, squawking. Alright, 1800. Right, magneto. back to both, left, back to both, amps charging, vacuum good, pressure clean, and idling, back to 1,000. Alright, we're going to take off now, 2.7. We're not doing VAT sim or anything because we're doing the Vin Fiz flights, and back then he had nothing. That was 1911, so he didn't even... I just read when we had that little downtime when we loaded the simulator again, that his mother-in-law gave him like a corset ribbon to hang on the frame of the plane as like a horizon to see if he was going up or down. Like that is messed up. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. We're in the middle. Calibrate if we're going to do this. We're getting to Middletown. Here we go. Rotate 55, climb at 74. Best glide speed 68. Okay. Seems like we're having some issues like Calbrave did. He didn't have any issues to Middletown except for getting lost a little bit. We're good. We're good. I'm gonna make this happen. Probably just cashed half of Stewart International waiting so long. Alright, we're on our way. And again, you don't know this, but I am flying my electronic flight bag. This is the actual route. So we already flew like over Manhattan. And we flew out of James Bennett Field. If I got that right, because I just about to crash. So, but we're going right to Middletown right now. And we're going to land there and call it a night. So there's too many things going on. It's getting late. And it follows the first landing, as you can see on the banner. Middletown, New York. That was his first landing. So he landed there around 6:18 p.m. And then I'm going to give a little briefing on where we're going with this. So but I'm going to have to read that book again. Hey, literally, we are minutes away. Like 7.5 minutes away. So we're going to keep it low here. It is a little hazy. We'll have to find the field, but we're using GPS. We're using modern things here. We are flying a Vin Fiz inspired livery here. So that is cool, and I do like that a lot. I'm glad I made it. And we're finally going to make it to Middletown, New York. So let's make this happen. I'm not off the tablet, but no, I'm following that from my references here. And if he had that, he probably could have made it a lot quicker to Pasadena, and then he made it to Long Beach. That's where he ended the whole flight. But we're going to take this in sections, and we're going to get this done. So local time is 4:58. So he got there at 6:03. So the sun was definitely going down. Like, that's the things I want to see is, like, the times he left. Like, what did it... Well, you could kind of estimate what it looked like. The sun was a lot more down. And he was flying in a Model B modified Wright Flyer, so... Alright, we're going to keep it right about here because we want to keep it low enough to see the field. Back up in the throttle a little bit. There you go. And we'll just keep it going to Middletown. We're going to land at Randall Field, which is just a little field. They have 826 there for runways. He landed on like a farm or something, if I remember right. And if I remember right, he actually killed some chickens or something. I don't know how he did that, but he owed like this lady like money for chickens. So it's all coming back to me because I read this book years ago. But 0826. So if we got the winds from Sky Vector. I guess Newburgh is the one I'm going to get the weather from. Variable at 5. We're probably going to take runway 26. Which kind of makes sense because we took 27 coming out of Newburgh. So we've got to find the airfield. All right, we're going to start a descent already, believe it or not. I'm going to get down to 1,500 feet, which is about pattern altitude. But it is down there somewhere. Turn that tablet off again. All right. Thank you for hanging with me tonight. And let's make this Middletown Airport landing pretty good. He landed this one. But you got to remember the Wright Flyer, you landed on grass and friction with the skids is what let you have brakes. So at least we have brakes in this thing because, man, I used to like flying the Blériot 11, which I might do again, but they actually put the Wright Flyer in too. So someday I might try this with the Wright Flyer. It would take me a long time, but we'll see. That'll be like the second incarnation. Let's just do the thing like I said before, so that way we're good. 26 is out here, so just south of Middletown. So he followed some train tracks, so I don't know if they're still here or not. I don't see any. You could follow the river too. I mean, I think the railroad tracks would be along the river, no? I'm not seeing any, but it says there's some right below me. So it is what it is, but we gotta get down here. We're looking for the airfield. Oh, it's out there. See it? Unlike what he had back then, we have lights to guide us on our way. I gotta give him lots of credit, I'll tell you that. So there was a racetrack. There's a racetrack in Middletown too, so maybe we landed there. It was funny. I can find out after we land though. We'll read the book a little bit. We'll talk about where we're going with the next Vin Fiz flight. And we'll go from there. That looks like a smokestack now that I see it. I could be wrong on that, but that looks like a smokestack now. Yeah, it's not a runway, it's a smokestack. There's the runway right there. Okay. So we're good. Alright, we're gonna put some flaps in this to slow this thing down. Under 110 degrees of flaps, angling down. My butt kicker is not working at all for some reason. I probably pulled the cable out, but that's alright. We'll just land this thing. 1700, please. Thank you. Full rich on the mixture. And we are... The town or city, Middletown, is right over there. The airport is south of it, so... We spent the night in Middletown. Alright, back to 15. Wait, another 10. Continue angling down. We should slow down to about 70. This is the WB Sim Mod 172, so I'm glad again that the Vin Fiz livery was able to go over on that. But that's what we're looking like right there. Looking pretty good. As we get closer, we'll put that final thing of flaps in. And I actually remember landing here when I tried doing these Vin Fiz flights like 3 years ago. But we already had a crash desktop, and back then they didn't have a crash desktop till like going towards Allentown, I think it was. But we're alright. We'll figure it out. We'll go a little faster. Alright, final thing of flaps. Keep that speed around 65. I'm going a little slow. Just seems a little underpowered, not much. It's probably the best 172 I've ever flown in a simulator, so. Alright. And I believe the hangars are over here on the right, but I'm going to worry about the landing first. Throttles out. Yeah, not bad. A little rough. See if I can get the airport on here. And That's 6. That's not 60N. Is it 601? No, 06N. Alright. Just want to see where we're parking this. Yeah, it seems like there's hangars to our left, but it seems like there's transient parking to our right, so we're going to the right. Flaps up. And park over near the fuel. Trim set for takeoff. Strobes off. Landing light off. We'll park right over here. And we'll take a look at Middletown, too. Read a little bit about it. I'll give you a little bit of that before I go to bed. Put it that way. I was hoping to make Allentown tonight, but I think that was a little bit of a stretch, given everything. But it seems like we solved the OBS streaming debacle. Let's put it that way. So, this thing turns on a dime. Alright, let's get our checklist to shut this down here. Flaps up, strobes off, landing light off, taxi light as required, we're good. LT, verify silent, avionics off, air light except for beacon. Full lean on the mixture. And that was about almost an hour of flying. Mags off, master off, beacon off. I'm intrigued to see if it'll actually give me the, oh, it does, it gives me the battery power now though. Alright, I'm going to take that off though, put that there. Alright, and I don't fear taking the, put the realism back on. I don't fear taking the drone out here anymore like I used to, so. Let's take a look at Middletown, shall we? Let me turn the tablet off. Turn off drone follow mode so there's no elevation problems. And here's Middletown Airport. Middletown, I believe, is right there. Yeah, that makes sense. So downtown Middletown. There's that little racetrack there. But let's see what in the book. It's like right in chapter 2 about Middletown here. Alright. So, it's still him in New York. Still him in New York. Alright. Alright, that's him taking off. So. Every Thursday night at our house, we have noodles for dinner, and it's just the kind that mother makes. I don't know if anyone finds this interesting, but I do. I like it. So, flagpole near the Sim Station hangar. Middletown, here we go. Turning back from his easterly heading, Cal Rogers circled over Sheepshead Bay Field to occupy controlling the biplane to roll us in order to get long lost begun the climb. Okay, so still not there. Alright, 5:30 p.m. this day. Cal crossed New Jersey back into New York at the town of Suffern. That's why I put Suffern. Pedestrian bridge straddling the tracks. Drew much of the local population for the occasion, so tons of people watching him. The airline passed under the Suffern pedestrian bridge, so he was following the tracks there. And I just did that with no need for that. So we passed Suffern, and the train, peering out the windows, it was his wife, I think, or his mother-in-law. Oh, no, it was his wife. And she was watching him in the air. Alright, 6:14, Cal hove into view of Middletown. He had recognized it. He had been told by numerous church steeples. See any church steeples out there? Because I don't. Let's see. Whistles of the O&W shops shrilled. The first indication to Middletowners that the Aviator was approaching. Entering from the north, Cal swung around the city in a wide arc at 500 feet. For the townspeople, a full view of the machine. More than 9,000 people had gathered in the open field of the Academy Avenue Pleasure Grounds. I wonder if that's still a thing. Let's see if that's still a thing here. I'm going to look at Google Maps. So, Academy Avenue is what we'll look for. I think it's a park, if I remember right. It's still there. Alright, so downtown. This used to be a lot bigger, I guess, in Parkland, and that's where he landed. Here's the racetrack. Racetrack's there, so be straight out from there. Let's go see if we can take a look at it in the simulator. So I get my simulator in there. So we're talking somewhere. Maybe we're going to increase the speed here. So we're going from here. So the long road goes right down to Main Street. So it's like right over here-ish. There it is. It's that building right there. So he landed right here in downtown Middletown. Pretty interesting. And the airport from there is south. So we're definitely south of where he landed, but it's nice to see that that was a huge park ground before. So the Academy Avenue Pleasure grounds on the city's outskirts. So the city grew, obviously, and they welcomed them there. They had several hundred automobiles formed on the outline of the grounds, and Cal dipped the plane abruptly less than 200 feet, traced a circle, figure 8 across the grounds, and then straightened for a landing. And he was circling 3 more swoops to attempting to shoo away the crowd because they were just like advancing on that. Nice. The policeman finally cleared a pathway at 200 feet, and the Vin Fiz dropped into it without a jolt. Alright, the crowd went around it. They're going nuts, and they're grabbing at the airplane. And then, wow. They just swarmed them. So, 6:20, the special train, the train for the Vin Fiz train, pulled past the pleasure grounds, having completed the 67-mile run from Jersey City. So that's why he went to Jersey. Do you see any tracks here? Oh, I do. Must have been somewhere around here, I would think. That's, yeah, and this was a big pleasure ground. So those were the tracks. I'm guessing that they got to see him at Vin Fiz train. Let's see. In 75 minutes with a single brief pause for this dispatch local office, blah, blah, blah. Cal got out. Policemen are escorting him out. And then at the Middletown Railroad Station, his wife got out and went to go to be with her husband. And then they had supper at the commercial dining room. Pretty cool. And he covered 105 miles in 1 hour and 43 minutes. Okay, now the next day, all right, after that dinner, and Hearst, the guy that was offering the $15,000 prize, was really impressed. And he wrote a personal account of it in his own newspapers. He owned a publishing company of newspapers and stuff. So, supper, dinner, celebrations. And then his mechanics were inspecting the Vin Fiz, and they posted 2 people to watch it. So he's at the hotel. And they laid out the route for the next day for the train. And they were going to convene at 6 o'clock the following morning at the pleasure grounds. And then that was at 9:30 at night. And the train pulled into the Middletown station. So something happened. Oh, there must have been 2 trains. That's what I'm kind of getting from this. So, all right. So anyways, the next morning, which we're not going to do, he actually tried pulling on the elevator, rose so high about 40 feet, and he barely made it through the pleasure grounds. So he put the aircraft between 2 trees, tip of the wings cutting through leaves and twigs at both sides, pulled on the elevator, rose so high about 40 feet, and he just escaped the trees. And then he had telegraph wires on Fulton Street, which is not that far, to be honest with you. Where's Fulton Street? If they still have Fulton Street, that is. Oh, they do. Okay. So he took off somewhere around here, and they had telegraph wires across Fulton Street over here. And he could not clear the wires. He dipped the biplane a few feet and then attempted a sudden swell to lift it over the obstruction. Sounds like he stalled it. Past a hickory tree and Harry Van Curren's house, and the machine caught its rudder on the upper limb of the tree, and it basically just came down. So it smashed. It smashed into a chicken coop, and it killed the chickens. And that's why the person that owned the chickens was pretty mad and wanted money. The aviator was semi-conscious, so Calbraith, you had it pretty rough, bud. And only stirring a wisp of smoke rising from the cigar in his teeth. And then they thought that he might have been dead, but he's not. Cal remained eyes closed, not responding to questions. So he got cut in his head above his left temple. And then basically they had to fix the plane. He couldn't take off till they fixed the plane. That's where I'm going to leave it. So, but it's pretty bad. There's a picture of it in here again. But we'll be departing from Middletown. Here's the picture. It was pretty bad. It got on the tree and then came right down. So it's a wreck. It's a loss there. And then this is them fixing it right here, Cal Rogers and stuff, fixing the plane. So very interesting. Anyways, we're gonna call it a night fair in Middletown, New York, much like Cal Braith P. Rogers did back in the day. We're gonna not have dinner because it's late at night here on the East Coast, and we're gonna leave you from Middletown, New York. Let's see if I can back up a little bit. But now you can see that, man, it's getting a little interesting when you follow the book. I know it's a little long-winded, but I like giving a little bit of history here. If I'm not going to be able to fly anymore, I'd rather give more history. And we'll call it from there. This is Main Street right there. So, and then here's where the grounds were. All filled in by housing now. Anyways, I want to thank you everyone for coming out. We'll raid someone if you're on Twitch, so stay tuned. And we'll be flying the Vin Fiz flights again, starting from Middletown, New York, just like Cal Braith, in the future. So, have a great night. I don't know when that'll be. I'll see what I can do it, but we'll see you. Have a great night. Eric Flight, peace out. Third stream of the day, by the way. This has been a long day, too. But have a great one, everyone. We'll see you.